I'm Monique Soltani, and I want you to join me on my journey
I'm already thinking about, where's that wine?
with the purpose of bringing people together.
Food and growing food and sharing food. It really is the glue that holds us together.
Santé.
Santé. By breaking bread, opening up a bottle,
Ta-da, the car bar.
and connecting through culture.
Going through the pandemic, I was, that chubby little songbird who kept singing, kept surviving.
This
Walla Walla for the win. We did it.
is Wine O TV.
Welcome to Walla Walla. This Pacific Northwest wine country started as an ag hub over a century ago and sprouted into one of the most unique and well-loved wine regions in the United States. Walla Walla's beautiful bodies of water help make this oasis in southeastern Washington one of the most fertile agricultural regions in the nation. Known as the breadbasket for its wheat and the Garden City for its sweet onions and apples, but these days Walla Walla's making a big name in the wine game. Outside of California, Washington makes more wine than any other state in the country. And Walla Walla is home to the heart of it all, one of Washington's 16 American viticulture areas, and falls within the larger Columbia Valley AVA. Walla Walla's unique combination of climate, character, and culture prove there is nothing rough about this diamond-shaped AVA.
Everybody's working together, whether they're doing wheat or grapes or onions or cherries or apples. We're all in this together.
Walla Walla, city so nice they named it twice, and a wine country so well loved it's taken the top spot 3 years in a row.
There's so many incredible tasting rooms all around the United States. For us to be number one is like, wow, okay.
2/3 of the wine region is in Washington, 1/3 spills over into Oregon. Diversity is the name of the great game here, but reds rule the roost. The Blue Mountains bring the cool air, and that means more Cab, Merlot, and Malbec. The Rocks District brings the heat, some of the best Syrahs in the U.S., and one of the uniquest vineyards you'll step foot in. To get to the Rocks District, you have to cross the state line from Washington to Oregon. And the stones are the secret to making the wines from this district so distinct. We are here in the Rocks District. Tell us a little bit about the history and why the rocks are so important here, Steve.
Terrific. So in this cross-state Walla Walla Valley appellation that runs from Washington to the north of us, so here we are standing in Oregon, there is one other nested appellation, the Rocks District of Milton-Prewater. And the Rocks District of Milton-Prewater is a baby. In Washington, you're basically less than 60 years old as a wine industry region. In Oregon, you are under 60 years of age as a wine region. Châteauneuf-du-Pape, a poster child for these rocky places, that's granite. So this stuff, because it's so much younger, it's got iron, calcium, boron, magnesium, all the micronutrients that makes a wine plant happy. We stumbled on these rocks, and I knew Rhone varieties are perfect. This terroir does not exist anywhere else in wine world.
We're in the part of harvest where it's called veraison. That's when the colors start to change.
So we're basically going to be probably harvesting this fruit the third weekish of September. When you taste a wine from the Rocks District, you could line up 1,000 Syrahs from around the world. And if you've tasted the wine from here, blind, you're going to go, that's from the Rocks District.
We have talked the talk. We walk the rocks. I got to taste the Syrah.
Okay.
So, Brooke, where are you leading us? I thought we were headed to the tasting room.
Our tasting room is a little more utilitarian than most. So, welcome to the tasting room at SJR.
Ta-da, the car bar.
Car bar.
How fun. I love it. And this is what I love about going to different wine regions. You get such unique experiences. This one you only find here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful hot summer day. Any chance we can start with a white? I know you guys.
We absolutely can. So we are a full service Rhone producer here. So we do make a singular Viognier. This is our 2020 Viognier. It's 100% Viognier, all here from the estate, SJR. Right over there is our 1 acre of Viognier. So it's a very, very small amount. There's only about 100 cases of this that we get to make.
Well, this is a beautiful wine. Can you talk a little bit about the unique work that you've done to bring up the Rocks District?
Because it freezes so badly here, we bury the entirety of our vines post-harvest.
What is that?
So they look like little cone heads. So if you come out here in the winter, you'll see all these little mounds every 4 feet where the vines are, covered in snow. So it's a really, really unique thing that we do. It's all to protect the vines to get to that permanent structure.
Obviously, when people think about the Rocks District, they think about Syrah. I'd love to try yours, and maybe you can talk me through what makes it so unique and distinct.
So the wines here are extraordinarily salty. And I use salty because it's the better explanation of minerality.
And one of the things we know about Syrah, or at least especially Rocks District Syrah, it goes very well with food.
Yes,
so
it does.
I'm excited to have a Syrah and other kinds of food and wine pairings as we continue our adventure here in Walla Walla. But cheers, what should we toast to? Do you have anything you say?
Oh, to life.
To life,
L'chaim.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Caprio Cellars.
Thank you for having me.
Little sparkling to welcome you in.
I'm in. One of the things that I think is really unique and that I absolutely love about Caprio Cellars is that you offer a farm-to-table experience with every tasting, and
We do.
I'm excited to dive into the seasonal pairing and the seasonal dishes that you all prepared for us
Oh my gosh,
today.
Chef is absolutely sensational. He does such a phenomenal job sourcing from all these little local farmers in the area. Pairing with our rosé, which is 100% Cab Franc. We have a beautiful melon salad with Hayshaker Farm watermelon radishes, local Hermiston melons, cantaloupe, and honeydew, topped with roasted corn and a mint citrus yogurt and feta cheese with a little olive oil drizzle.
It's delicious. And one of the things I thought was really cool about Caprio Cellars is the give as you go motto. Can you tell us a little bit more about that while I eat this delicious salad? You talk and I'll just keep eating.
Yep. So our owner, Dennis Murphy, is extremely generous. A portion of our proceeds goes back to Big Brothers, Big Sisters program. And another program that's very near and dear to his heart is the First Story program that helps give families that have undergone hardship a chance to get into a home.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Monique, I am so excited about this pairing. So, fresh heirloom tomatoes with peaches in a beautiful gazpacho. We took some Walla Walla sweet onions to create this, and Marcona almonds, giving it this beautiful nutty characteristic. Topped with some micro celery too.
I always forget gazpacho is cold soup.
So this beautiful combination of the sweet and savory component pairing along sensationally with our white blend. We're 100% estate producer, so we don't buy or sell any of our grapes. We utilize all that delicious juice for ourselves. So our white blend is composed of 72% Sauvignon Blanc, 28% Semillon, aged in stainless steel. One of our favorites to pair with our Eleanor wine, our Eleanor Estate Red Blend, is roasted beets in a sweet Italian agrodolce, which is like an Italian sweet and sour. We have fresh Rainier cherries tossed in there with roasted fennel, topped with golden raisins, and for you a little feta cheese with some garden thyme. Smoked olive oil coming from our friends down at D'Olivo downtown. So absolutely beautiful pairing. Our flagship wine, Eleanor, is our dedication to Dennis's grandmother from the Italian heritage, who was the epitome of this Italian woman.
They call her Grandma Grapes, is that what I read? Was that what I read somewhere?
Nonna de una, yep. Grandmother of grapes, yep.
Yeah.
And Dennis being the generous man that he is, you know, we don't charge for our tastings.
Oh.
So all of our tastings are complimentary.
It's just like, do you see my face? Like, literally just like, oh my God, this is live reaction of a face. Just like, wait, say that again. So you don't charge for a tasting?
We don't charge for our tastings. So we
Wow.
kind of believe in like a little equitable exchange, and, you know, we'll pay it forward. So in return for taking care of your food and your tasting experience, We just ask you take a couple extra bottles of Caprio home.
So you don't have to pay for the food either?
No.
Wait, I'm legit blown away. That is incredible. Well, thank you so much for this great experience that we've had here today, and cheers to Eleanor.
Cheers to Nona de Una.
Just a few miles northwest of Caprio Cellars, you'll find the house that Alan Shoup built at Long Shadow's Vintners, the late Washington wine visionary's dream tasting room. Step inside and explore art in all forms, from grape to glass. Masterpieces as far as the eye can see here at the Chihuly Tasting Room at Long Shadow's Vintners. I'm so honored to be here today. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure, Monique. Thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations on winning Best Tasting Room in America by USA Today readers. Will you tell us a little bit what that was like for you all?
Well, that's, an accomplishment, definitely. I mean, there's so many incredible tasting rooms all around the United States. For us to be number one is like, wow, okay, that's awesome that people really enjoy being here.
The Chihuly Tasting Room is named after the legendary modern glass artist Dale Chihuly, in honor of his longtime friendship with Alan Shoup. Chihuly's exquisite pieces light up the room and elevate your entire experience.
It's been like 20 years like this and it's running strong.
One of the things that I was so impressed to discover was the collaboration that you all are doing here with really some of the best winemakers in the world.
Basically, they come here not to duplicate what they do in their own country, but they come and bring the style of wine.
So if I understand correctly, there'll be a partnership and they're using the techniques that they learned there, but they're using Walla Walla fruit.
That's
correct?
exactly, yeah. One of the assets of Washington State is in the Columbia Valley is the diversity of the grapes. That's how we can really bring 7 different winemakers from all around the world. They all come here and they bring, I think, a lot more awareness to Washington State as well, to the whole industry here.
Absolutely. I would be honored to try one of the wines.
I think we shall.
Okay, well, you take it away.
So we're going to start with the Riesling. And so this one is 100% Riesling. We don't use a machine to pick or anything, it's all hand pick in order to really preserve that minerality and freshness without increasing the bitterness to it. So we don't want any bitterness, we just want that amazing brightness.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I would love to try the red.
Oh yeah, let's do it. So the red is Pedestal Merlot, and it really brings that like richness in the mid palate.
This is beautiful, beautiful Merlot. Absolutely
so
fantastic. What a great experience here today.
Yeah.
Do you have a cheers or a toast, anything you say? Something special? How do you say in French?
We say santé.
Santé. Coming up, from food truck to gas station to Main Street.
Like the Jeffersons, we're moving on up.
Plus,
Be sure to bend over, it's gonna get juicy.
oh, be sure to bend over. Hey, Amy, will do. We take a bite out of Walla Walla's very own Big Little Farm when Wine O TV continues. Just off Frog Hollow Road, you'll find the Dietrich's family farm here in the heart of Walla Walla.
Good morning, Monique. Welcome to Frog Hollow Farm. You ready to go for a ride and check out the tomatoes?
Oh yes, I'm very ready.
Okay. It's a perfect morning too. No sun in our eyes.
What started out as an heirloom tomato seed in 2006 sprouted into one of Washington's biggest little farms.
I think this one is perfectly ready.
So you just bite right into
Just
it
bite
like
right
an
into
apple?
it. Be sure to bend over, it's gonna get juicy.
Oh, be sure to bend over. Okay, Amy, will do. Amy, I would love to talk with you about your farm, how you ended up here. You were a teeny little stand and now you've got this big farm sort of feeding all the restaurants in Walla Walla. So talk to us about your transition, your progress.
Farming has been a passion of mine since my youth, and even my husband's. He grew up on a dairy farm, but we moved to Walla Walla for him to finish his engineering degree, and just before graduation, we ended up purchasing this farm. We had 2 young kids, And we said, you know, we've got a lot of property. We need to start growing something to teach our kids how to work.
This worker bee's labor of love filled her soul, fed the community, and taught her children character and confidence crops out of hard work.
I realized the honor that it is to be a farmer. Food and growing food and sharing food. I mean, it is what is holding our people together. It's in our DNA to grow things, to enjoy fresh things, to cook it, to share it. And it really is the glue that holds us together.
It is vital, it is essential, and I'm just so honored to be able to share that with everyone.
We are tomato farmers.
Okay.
But I have to admit, my favorite thing is not a tomato. My favorite thing is the simple, humble cucumber. This one's called Summer Dance. I actually eat probably 4 or 5 a day. I don't have a knife. I just grab a cucumber off the vine, drive on my gator, and munch them.
Okay, can I munch one?
You
okay,
may. Oh,
so
you just be ready to dance.
I'm gonna dance. Is there a special dance? Okay. So what is the secret to eating a Walla Walla sweet onion?
So,
Is there a trick?
You know what? You just go for it.
You just go for it. Yep. When in Walla Walla, you don't shed tears over these Walla Walla sweets. Walla Walla sweet onion is Washington's official vegetable mascot, and probably the only place on the planet where the ceremonial first pitch at a baseball game is a Walla Walla sweet onion. So you better believe I was gonna take a bite out of one.
Walla Walla for the win.
I braced for it to be bitter, but it turns out Walla Walla was just a sweetie. You don't just have fruits and vegetables, you have animals and you have a farm.
We do.
What do
Yep.
we do with all the scraps?
So, 2 things. We give them to our own animals, but now that our farm has grown, we have more scraps than what our own animals can use. So we actually take them to a ranch just right across the river, Thiessen Ranch.
Great, so I think we're gonna try our hand at feeding some
Yes,
animals.
they haven't
if you'll
eaten
let
yet
me.
this morning.
Who wants my Walla Walla sweet onion? This goat wants the Walla Walla sweet onion. Nope.
You know, it's really funny, but they almost will come to me first because I'm like their mother.
You're the mama.
I'm the
Hey,
mama.
I have kids. Let me
So
in.
here, yep. Hi, guys.
Uh-oh. Well, Amy, this was incredible. Thank you for giving us a taste of your farm.
You bet, Monique.
Fantastic.
You bet.
What
Thank
a
you
great
for coming
day.
and
Yeah.
capturing Walla Walla and Frog Hollow.
We migrate a few miles north of Frog Hollow and find the farm on the table in the center of town. And a chef who nearly gave his swan song and shuddered when a scrappy little bird fluttered to his rescue to the tune of tenacity. Kinglet the bird and the restaurant sing a story of survival. One of Walla Walla's newest restaurants has made a home in one of its oldest buildings. One of the coolest things about Kinglet, you walk in, they give you a quarter, you step on up to the bubbles wall, you stick it in, you see what kind of magic is on the other side. Bubbles, yay!
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Chef, nice to see you.
Have a seat, chef's table, right up in front.
Thank you, this
You're
is
welcome.
fantastic.
Thank you very much. And we got a fun cocktail for you. Blueberries, basil, I think firewater bitters, tequila. It's quite nice. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
Enjoy.
I'll take a sip of this. Oh, that is delicious. I would love to hear a little bit from you, Chef, about what brought you to Walla Walla and your concept for Kinglet and how you ended up here.
I wanted to get out of Seattle. I own 2 restaurants in Seattle. I love Seattle. I love Queen Anne. My wife and I were growing. We have 2 beautiful little kids. You know, pandemic. It was getting kind of crazy and we wanted more space, more comfort. We came here to buy a home and we found a home. We didn't get the home, but then we stumbled into this restaurant on kind of like a random Tuesday and we kind of fell in love instantly. We didn't plan it. We didn't come to buy a restaurant. It's 4 hours away from other restaurants. We walked in, we saw the huge tall ceilings, the history, the lights, everything, and we kind of fell in love and we right there looked at each other and it was serendipitous and made the call to buy it. And
Here
that
we
was it.
are.
Here we are.
So tell me, how'd you come up with the name Kinglet?
So Kinglet is a gorgeous little songbird. There's a lot of them in the Blue Mountain Hills. This used to be a mill a long time back. and it used to destroy the Blue Mountains. And they would take down all this wood, but the kinglet bird would continue to survive and sing and kind of follow as they tore down the woods. And so when I found that out, and going through the pandemic, I was, that chubby little songbird who kept singing, kept surviving, kept being that voice that not everybody could have. And that's kind of what the pandemic and all that showed. It's like, let's take these moments of like the tiniest little bite where someone can kind of close their eyes and like taste the local farm. When I see people close their eyes and have those moments, I feel like I've done my job. And it's silly, but
that's meaningful.
It's my life.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, breaking bread brings people together. It's kind of the reason why I'm doing my show post-pandemic as well. So it's an honor for me to be here, and I trust you. I'm excited to see what comes next.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Excited to have you.
This is our 2-year aged white cheddar churro with a Parmesan garum and ginger vinaigrette. On top, you have shaved mimolette and lime zest.
Do I eat it with my fingers, or?
Yes, ma'am. Every party begins with finger food.
All right. Yes, chef. Each dish reflects the best of the season, and I recognize the familiar flavors from Frog Hollow Farm as I cherish each course. Closed eyes, full heart. Blown away. Compliments to the chef. Thank you so much. Thank you, chef. Absolutely fantastic. Just around the corner from Kinglet, in the same landmark building, a tasting room whose founders championed the region since its inception. The history of Walla Walla starts with Seven Hills Winery, pioneers in this Pacific Northwest wine country. I'm ready for the tour. What's in our glass? Cheers.
We have our 2021 Sauvignon Blanc from Columbia Valley.
This is pretty cool because I rarely see a crush pad in the middle of town in a historic building. I'm getting a little bit of everything here.
We're in a historical building built in 1904, so a lot of history with this building. The great thing is that we're actually one of the pioneer wineries here in Walla Walla, so it goes along with what our story is.
Awesome. Let's see what's next.
Check it out. Okay. Well, welcome to the production room, or we call it tank room. This is where we do all our fermentations. So after we get done processing the fruit outside, we'll pump it into these tanks here, where we'll do pump overs 2 to 3 times a day on them for about 10 to 14 days. And then we'll pull the juice off and then press the skins out there, where then we'll get ready to barrel it down, which we'll jump into the barrel room here next. Well, welcome to the barrel room. This is after we're done pressing the wine and we barrel it down, this where it'll age anywhere from 20 to 22 months. Let's go grab a thief and we'll taste some wine. All right, so this is our 2021 Syrah from our Rocks Vineyard, right across from SJR Vineyard that you were at earlier today. So this is just meaty, earthy, dark, a lot of blood iron. Still a lot of black fruits to me, blackberry, a little marionberry.
I love it out of the barrel. I can't wait to taste some wine out of the bottle.
All right, let's go taste some finished wine here.
I'm in.
We're gonna taste the Merlot first. It's coming off of the 1982 planting of Merlot.
82.
Planted in 1982 by our founder, Casey McClellan. Casey was going back to get his master's from UC Davis in enology and viticulture and became the first winemaker here with formal education to start a winery. So now we're gonna jump into the old block cab, our founding vineyard, planted in 1980. So this is what started it all for us, and getting the valley going too for production vineyards.
What do you think the secret is to everyone loving Walla Walla so much, or getting?
It's our community. As I've heard, it's just neighbors helping neighbors, right? And I think that's what's already been established from the founding winemakers way back, starting this whole industry to where we are today with you get this changing of guards, this younger family generation coming in like myself that really want to continue that and have that sense of community. Everybody's working together, whether they're doing wheat or grapes or onions or cherries or apples, we're all in this together to try to make everybody, be better and keep evolving. Cheers. Thank you for coming.
AK's Mercado got their start as a gas station destination. Today, foodies get their fill here in the center of town. I'm in the kitchen with Chef Andrae. Thank you so much for having us here today. I put out a call on social media and I said, hey, I'm going to Walla Walla. Where should I go? And everyone's like, I was in Walla Walla once. You got to go to this gas station. Go to this gas station. I said, what are you talking about? Well, from gas station to Main Street. Tell us a little bit about your story, Chef.
Well, we did start in a gas station. We actually started in a food truck here, and then we moved into the gas station. Then, like the Jeffersons, we're moving on up, and we moved uptown, and we now have this place downtown here called AK's Mercado. It's been a journey of about 12 years from start to finish here in Walla Walla.
You're known for your handmade tortillas, your smoked meats. Talk a little bit about that.
Our tacos, we are known for our tacos here. We bring in our corn out of Oaxaca, Mexico. We mix them all our corn and grind and make fresh tortillas every day.
And how did you get into smoking meats?
I was born in St. Louis, so, you know, we ate a lot of smoked meats there too. So it was something I enjoyed doing, and I just kept getting farther and farther and farther into it. And then finally I just designed and built my own smoker, and the rest is history.
Awesome, Chef. Thank you and your team for making such a magical meal for us. We're gonna pair it with some wine from Sleight of Hand Cellars next.
Awesome, thank you.
I've got Keith Johnson here with me from Sleight of Hand Cellars. You brought your incredible wines to pair with these awesome rock and roll dishes. I say rock and roll because you guys got a little theme at your winery. You got a little music, you got a little fun.
Absolutely.
Tell me the connection.
Absolutely. So Sleight of Hand was founded by Trey Bush and Jerry Solomon. They're my partners. Trey was such a big Pearl Jam fan. Jerry went online and put together a list of all the Pearl Jam song titles he could find and said, let's name it after a Pearl Jam song. And so they went through, picked the name Sleight of Hand, and that's how it started.
All right, we have an awesome food and wine pairing here, and I'd love for you to start with the first wine you brought and tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. I knew we were gonna probably see some corn salad, some tacos, so you've gotta have a white wine. So this is our 2020 Enchantress Chardonnay.
It is delicious. What's the next wine you brought for us?
The next wine is our largest production wine. You could say it's our table wine. This is our 2019 Conjurer Red Blend. This is a Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon blend. A little bit of Merlot, a little bit of Petit Verdot, depending on the vintage.
I'm gonna have it with some French fries because, I mean, these fries are calling my name.
That is not a bad idea. So we had to bring our Estate Syrah, the 2019 Psychedelic. It's actually a great pairing with Andrae's smoked meats, and I've got the brisket taco here in front of me, which should be absolutely perfect.
Shall we bite some of these tacos?
Absolutely.
Give it a big crunch.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Coming up, fish out of water or cat on a hot tin roof. Either way, I attempt paddleboarding with a Walla Walla Wine Pro. Is this the part where I tell you I don't know how to swim, or do I do that later?
No, yeah, after we get back, please.
Okay. Plus, I'm ready for you to have some wine.
No, you totally got it.
Too soon? Channeling my inner Demi. Every girl needs her ghost moment, right? But more importantly, we find a wine with purpose in every pour. I'll drink to that, Ashley. Next on Wine O TV. The name Walla Walla means many waters, so it makes sense that we would make the connection between water and wine. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Kate Raymond here from Spring Valley Vineyard is so nice to generously donate her time to teach me something I've never done before, and that is paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding, right here. It's a fun recreation activity out here in Walla Walla, and we're get to go out and enjoy the water and enjoy the beautiful landscape we have here.
So tell me a little bit about the history of Walla Walla and the connection between water and wine.
The reason we have all these beautiful vineyards and the contrast of the blue skies and the golden wheat and the green vineyards is because of water. We wouldn't be able to grow the vineyards without having the water and water rights here in Walla Walla. My family is from here. Papa would wake us up at 4 in the morning. Hated it. It was the worst thing ever to hoe weeds in the vineyard. But as an adult now, to look back and be like what that taught me and understanding farming, I'm so thankful for that opportunity.
It's literally in your blood. You're rooted in the region. And if you're rooted in the region in Walla Walla, you better get on the water. Okay,
we're gonna try it. Here we go.
I'm stalling a little bit.
You're good. No, we're gonna do this.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
This is gonna have to go around your ankle. You can start like this and push off. It's like riding a bike. You got it, okay?
Well, Kate, I never learned how to ride a bike.
Oh.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm floating away. How does one come back?
Have you kayaked?
I have done literally nothing. Kate, this is my experience right now. We're having it.
Here we go.
Oh, yay, a hand.
Beautiful. Bend your knees.
Okay.
You got it.
Is this the part where I tell you I don't know how to swim, or do I do that later?
No, yeah, after we get back, please.
Okay, just curious where that part kicks in. Ah!
You did it. Well, I would love to share our Catherine corkroom with you. This is our Cabernet Franc, and Catherine was my great-grandma, and this is actually who I was named after.
Fantastic. I'm honored to try it. If there's one thing about Walla Walla Wine Country that you would want people to know that they might not know, what would that be?
We have so many different varieties here, and it's not just one variety that makes Walla Walla stand what it is. It's the place where it's grown, it's the story behind the land it's grown on. It's a beautiful thing, and the winemakers, the people who work in the vineyard, everyone takes it as it's really theirs.
Yeah, it's amazing. It sounds like diversity is a little bit the name of the game here.
Absolutely.
So, which we love in wine and in people.
Cheers.
The art community comes together in downtown Walla Walla, here at the Refinery, where pottery and wine make the perfect pairing. I'm in very good hands with Ashley from Vital Wines. We are going to get our hands extremely dirty this afternoon, aren't we, Ashley?
We sure are. So you're gonna get your hands a little bit wet so they don't stick to the sticky clay. A little slipperier is better. We've already centered that mound for you. And what you wanna do, the trick is you wanna brace. And then,
oh, there's a foot pedal. Oh, okay.
There's a
whole
foot
thing
pedal
happening. Okay.
So we're gonna spin it. See how my arm's not really moving?
Yeah.
You kind of want to keep that.
Okay.
And then the next step, because we've already centered this, is we're going to make a hole in the middle.
Goodness. Okay. Look at you.
Look at us go.
Well, I haven't gone. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go.
Wait, so that I stick my fingers in.
Yeah, are you ready for me to get
you
a little bit dirty too?
I'm ready for to have some wine.
No, you totally got it.
It's too soon?
No, you got it.
What am I at?
You're doing it. You're doing it.
What am I making?
You're making, we haven't determined yet. We're making a cylinder. You want it to sort of go down that way.
I think I understand now.
Otherwise, you're kind of making one of those avocado dip things where it's got a bowl within a bowl.
I love avocado.
Well, you go for it. You go for it.
So this is so cool. So this is something that folks can do when they come down here at the Refinery in downtown Walla Walla. They can do pottery making classes. They can do wine tastings and that sort of stuff. They kind of come together on certain nights of the week. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, Walla Walla is not a very big town, and it's got so many wineries. So it's really nice to mix it up and have a moment where you're doing something other than just wine.
Sure. I'm thrilled with this.
Look at that.
All right, success, Ashley. Wow, we did it. Now let's do a formation, shall we? Let's go the next step where we drink the wine, taste the wine.
Yeah, let's do it.
But does that come now?
That comes always.
Always, I'm in. Every other Friday, the community comes together here for a little pottery, a little bit of wine. Jess, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I wanted to find a way to get people who wouldn't ordinarily come into the studio to come in, and there's so many great wineries in this town, and this is a really fun way to get people to be introduced to new wineries.
Fantastic, and we're getting introduced to the wine and the pottery. What do we need to do now? We've got a bowl, then what?
So what we're going to do is make a pinch pot. We're going to stick our thumb into the clay almost until you can feel the pressure of your thumb on the other side. Yeah, you can use the table for this.
Okay.
Then you pinch it, hence pinch pot.
Oh.
And you're forming your piece this way.
The idea is really to bring community together, right?
Exactly.
And give them a little bit of wine, give them an experience they might not normally have, and I'm assuming there's a lot of sort of fun conversations and meaningful moments.
It's pretty hilarious, especially after people have had a little wine.
Yeah. Speaking of the wine, Jess, I'm about ready to have some. My
Sounds
work
good to
here
me.
is done.
Mine too.
Cheers. We cap off our adventure toasting a wine that characterizes Walla Walla's close community and generosity of spirit. All right, Ashley, what I love about Vital Wines is your commitment to giving back. Talk a little bit about putting a purpose in every pour.
Yeah, Vital's been such a dream come true. So Vital's a nonprofit winery whose mission is to improve equity in access to health care for vineyard workers and their families. And it's been an incredible project. Everything is donated. So grapes, corks, capsules, labels, graphic design work, shipping supplies, warehousing, trucking, you name it, winemaking, it's all donated. And then we send all of those profits to that mission. So all the vineyards donate. And some of those donations differ from year to year. So we tell everybody, you know, get ready for the roller coaster because every year is unique, right?
So you don't know what you're going to get every year.
You don't know, you just know you're making the world a better place every time.
I'll drink to that, Ashley. Thank you for joining the journey to Walla Walla and for watching Wine O TV, where we get to the heart of every wine region. We'll see you next time, but until then, remember, L'chaim. Woo! I'm in.
You know, we're hiring.
Oh, well, look, I can use a job. Should I do that again? I was thinking of a cheap rocks cliche. I didn't have one.
I know, there's
I was
so
like,
many.
There's so many
It
rocks.
can get you in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, it was like a rocky ride. No, I didn't get one. I didn't have one.
At the beginning, you kind of rocked them all out.
Oh, I rocked them out. We rocked them all.
Rocks are
Yeah,
rocking.
the rocks rock.
Ready? We're getting you just in the water.
Getting in the water.
And then,
Awesome.
okay?
Okay. Well, okay.
Okay.